Okay guys, if you clicked on this video, you're probably either thinking about starting an agency or you recently just started one and you're like, why is this guy telling me not to start an agency? Should I do dropshipping? Should I do affiliate marketing? Look, I still think the agency model is a great place to start, but again, you've been sold the dream from someone who's trying to sell you a course. So I thought I'd tell you guys the harsh reality of what it's like running an agency and spit some truth on you. So the first thing first is you have to learn a lot of skills when you're running your agency. Okay, so this goes from you have to learn how to cold call if that's going to be your outreach method, or email. You have to learn how to write a good email. You have to learn how to do a good SMS text. You have to learn how to, if you want to do paid ads, run ads for yourself to get inbound people coming in wanting your service. You find your niche. And it's a lot of building steps to get to the point where you're actually outreaching. Cool, so you figured out your niche and now you're going to go outreach. You have to go through the pain and struggle of learning to cold call, doing all the scripts, using perhaps the wrong script for 6 months and not signing a client, then you finally figure it out. And then let's say you win, someone says, yeah, I'm down for a meeting. Cool, I have a meeting now, how do I sell? Firstly, you need to make sure they turn up. So now you need to learn systems that make sure your sharp rate is going to be higher than 60%, 70%, because a lot of the times, either one, they just forget, two, they don't show up, and three, maybe your niche doesn't use Zoom, so you need to figure out a different way to actually handle the sales call. So now you're on the sales call, you've had to have a pitch deck ready, you've probably got Max Pearson's one realistically, which is it's decent, but you don't know how to sell. Okay, you're not picking out pain points, you're getting to the pitch and you're literally just going, yeah, so what we do is Facebook ads and we're going to bring you leads. But you're not selling them a dream. You're not doing what Iman Ghatzi does and selling them the end result of making X, Y, Z money, okay? So now you're on the sales call, you've got rejected and you have to start over. Now you have to do 100, 200, 300 cold calls again to get your next meeting, to perhaps where maybe you've learned a bit and your sales calls have improved, and then you finally close them on a free trial. So you've closed them on a free trial. Now you're not even getting paid for your work, which is fine. Like, get the experience, get the testimonial. But now you need to learn how to make a Facebook ad account if you've never done this before. You need to learn how to make ad copy. You need to learn how to create actual visual ads that attract clients. You need to learn what click-through rate is, what link click-through rate is, and how these numbers actually matter and what makes a good ad. How do you know from looking at the stats that this is a good ad? You have to learn all of these things, especially at the beginning. You have to learn everything. And I recommend having a business partner. If you can find a business partner who you can split the work with. So in my business partner does the marketing. He does all the Facebook ads and stuff like that. I do sales and I like the sales part. So I'm blessed in that situation where I don't have to learn the service delivery. I've learned it. I know how to do it. I can do it right now if I wanted to because I learned from him. But I don't have to do it because that's his job. My job is sales and signing clients, which is really nice. But in the beginning, if you're doing this on your own, bro, you're gonna have so much work to do. But that's okay, because if you really want this end result, if you really want to become financially independent and time and location free, then this is the way to go. It can bring you to that end result. Iman Ghatzi is not lying when he says you can make 10K a month, live in the Maldives, bruv, and all these things and work when you want. You can achieve that, but it takes a lot of work, okay? So it kind of leads me on to the second point, contractor arbitrage. It's not real at the beginning, okay? Eventually, of course, you're going to hire people in. You're going to hire a media buyer. You're going to hire a cold caller. You're going to hire a salesperson. That's when you start removing yourself from the business. But in the beginning, you're going to have to do all the work. You're not going to be able to go on Fiverr. You're not going to be able to go on Upwork and hire a media buyer straight away to do your ads for you. If anything, I'd recommend you actually learn how to do the ads anyway, because then you can train that media buyer to be like, hey, this is actually what works. Can you like do this? And they can put their expertise into your ads and perhaps make it even better. But in the beginning, look, don't even bother setting up interviews with media buyers. You're wasting your time. Just start cold calling. Just start trying to sign clients. Start trying to get your foot in the door. Because at the end of the day, even if you get a contractor to do the work for you, firstly, you're probably going to be signing free trials at the start. Secondly, even if you do get a retainer, it's probably going to be a low ticket, like 500 to 700. And a contractor costs anywhere from 400 to 800. And you already know the £400 one's going to be terrible. So you're going to be looking at around £800 for a good contractor, which is around like $900, which is your whole retainer. So you're making no money. So either way, it's a lose-lose. Free trial, I lose money. I actually have to pay for a contractor. And what if they don't even get the results? What if you could have done a better job? Because there's a lot of scammers out here. There's a lot of people who say they know what they're doing, but they don't. And they're just gonna take your money, and they can steal your clients and all this stuff. You have to be really careful with it. You can white label. I'm not too sure how that works. I've never done it. I know it's kind of a new thing, but it's essentially the same as contracting. You do the sales, you sign clients, and then you have a white label agency who does the ads for you. So the third thing that you should know about an agency before starting it is so mentally draining. Truly, like, it's so mentally draining. There's been days where you're thinking about your client results and how they're not getting a lead. Oh my God, like, how do we fix it? And you're so filled with anxiety because you're like, oh, I need to change the ads. Oh my God, they've spent £20 and not got a lead. Like, what do I do? What do I do? And you're like, oh my God, I'm not going to get this client. I'm going to lose a client. I put all this work in. And it is so, like, mentally draining. And it can also be vice versa. It's like, how can I get my next client? Where's my next client coming through? When will I get my first client? Oh man, I've got to do 100 cold calls, but the last 2 weeks I've been doing them and I've not got no clients. Like, that can drain you. It can really demotivate you. And you have to get through those hard parts to see the success. Like, it's not an easy journey. Firstly, being an entrepreneur, but secondly, running an agency. Because let's say you was like me and you quit your job and you went all in with your agency. Money's going to be a big stress. Like, you're going to be stressing a lot about money, especially if you're on savings, or like you have a set amount that you have, like, to make the agency succeed, and that money's dropping and you're not making money. Like, it is stressful. Like, it's so stressful. Like, it's so mentally draining. Like, waking up in the middle of the night thinking about, oh, how am I going to get my client results? Am I going to get paid? Am I going to lose these clients? Like, it's so mentally stressful. And then it's also, at the beginning, like I said, when you're doing all the work, from cold calling to doing the sales calls, to sometimes doing the service delivery. Like, I had to do service delivery sometimes, and those days were so stressful because I wanted to cold call, but I was so fixed on thinking about my clients not getting results. So I couldn't focus in on being the best cold caller possible, being the best salesperson possible, because it's so stressful, and your stress tolerance has to be excellent. You have to find a way to manage your stress, which leads me on to the final point. Don't neglect your health. I've made the big mistake of neglecting my health. Now, I've been going gym and I've been eating somewhat clean, not the cleanest, but, you know, somewhat clean. That's not enough. That's not enough to look after your health. I wish I knew this sooner, but I wish I knew meditation and gratitude journaling and all these other self-improvement activities, like going on walks. I wish I knew sooner that I should have been doing them, and that's the reason I've been so stressed. Because if I would have known this, I don't think my experience running the agency would have been as bad as it's been. Because, quite frankly, it has been sometimes the most miserable moments of my life running this agency. Because my mental state is just so bad. Because I haven't been meditating, I haven't been taking time for myself. All I think about is the agency. I'm consuming agency content on YouTube and never giving myself a break, never having that self-care moment. Like, the most peaceful times of running the agency were really at the beginning, when our sights was set. I was praying a lot and I was doing these self-improvement habits. I was going to the gym, I was meditating, I was being grateful, I was going to church. And then for the past 8 months, I've done none of that. I haven't really been praying as good as I could have been. And all those prayers were anxiety filled, of like, please God help. I hadn't been meditating, so my mind hasn't been straight. I haven't been grateful, so I'm constantly in a state of lack. And I've barely been going on walks because I just be thinking about, oh my God, I need to stay indoors in case my client needs me to do something, which is not a healthy way to live. You know, it's not healthy. And you're not going to reach the goals that you want to reach in that kind of mind state. It's very repulsive to success. It's very rejective to success. It's a very negative feeling. You're feeling negative. You're not going to attract positive. So that's one of the things I wish I knew at the beginning, is not to neglect my health. I really wish I knew it. And it was my fault for not meditating, journaling, and being grateful as much as I am currently. So that is the one big lesson I think you should take from this video, is don't neglect your health for the agency. Make sure you have balance to look after yourself. And I know you see these YouTube videos telling you work 12 hours a day, work 16, 17, 20 hours a day. Bro, take an hour, 2 hours of your day to just disconnect, to leave. Just meditate, journal, read, maybe listen to some nice music, and actually just relax. Relax your body. Because you can get really tense and you don't even realize it. It's mentally draining and it's not going to help you grow your agency. So those are the 4 things that you need to know before running your SMMA, or if you're already running it. Hopefully this had some value in it and you're going to take this away. I hope, perhaps now you're going to start meditating or something like that, turning to Imam Ghazi, meditating the toilets and stuff like that. But truly, I do think an agency is one of the best businesses to start, because you learn so many skills. You learn how to present, you learn how to sell, you learn how to speak to people, you learn how to persuade, you learn how to market, you learn how to sell. All these things are great skill sets. But again, do not neglect your health for it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good one.